Alright family, welcome back to the channel. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up right here. Hey man, sickness is for everybody. And you might think things that happen to other people can't happen to you, but I think it's my place in life to remind everybody that whatever you see happening to others could definitely happen to you too. If you were around in the days when Wendy Williams was the hot shit, Wendy Williams before social media was the go-to person for all the gossips, all the stories, all the breaking news, all the intricate details of people's lives and whatnot. You look at Wendy Williams now, just a few short years down the road. I don't care if she speak about people's business and whatnot. Look at what's happening to her. So, an update. I would first say, y'all keep Wendy in your prayers, man. Because I know a lot of people are going to jump in the comment section and say stuff like, oh, it's her karma because she talk about people's business too much and whatnot. Alright, just remember you might have some of this type of karma coming your way too. Wendy Williams, permanently incapacitated by dementia, her guardian has said in a court of law. There's no getting better for Wendy. You know, Wendy, the other day she was talking about her comeback and she'll fight this thing and she'll be back, you know, her Graves' disease and whatnot. Well, seems like things got even worse for Wendy. Wendy Williams has been left permanently incapacitated by her dementia battle. Her guardian has claimed in the latest legal wrangle over the Star's Tell All documentary. Wendy Williams, now 60 years old, she was diagnosed with aphasia and frontal temporal dementia. I tried to explain this in a previous video, what it means. Bruce Willis is going through the same thing. So if you want a good look at what it is, just check out what Bruce Willis is going through. I've seen this in a clinical setting. There are different types of aphasia, but I won't go into all that right now because, you know, I'm going to go into what is Wernicke's aphasia, what is Broca's aphasia, and it's going to take some time for me to break it down for you. Just know that your communication skills are diminished. And in some cases, there's almost no communication, almost at all. So she was diagnosed in May of 2023. The diagnosis came 1 year after Wendy was placed under a court-ordered legal guardianship that oversees both her finances and her health. So Wendy herself has a guardian because she is that bad, that you get to the point in your life where you cannot take care of yourself. And I know a lot of people are wondering, how did Wendy Williams go from being the talk show host to literally, like overnight, being unable to take care of herself to the point where a court-ordered legal guardian was appointed over her finances and over even her own health decisions. Imagine being so bad you can't even make a decision about your own health. You have a guardian that does that because your mind is so gone. You might choose something for yourself that is actually detrimental to your health. This is where Wendy Williams is at. It's sad, man. Where is Wendy Williams? That was the documentary that aired in February, and it was set to explore Wendy Williams' life as she prepared to launch a new podcast. A lot of people were optimistic. Wendy is a fighter. She'll be all right. She's going to be back in the money in no time. There are a lot of sponsors and a lot of people who are lined up to work with her on this new podcast. She didn't even have to worry about her Wendy Williams show. She'll make even more money on this podcast. But featured shocking scenes instead, showing Wendy drinking vodka in bed, looking lethargic, like she was overly drunk, and just having panic attacks, leading to fans backlash against Lifetime for them airing that documentary of her looking the way that she did. Now, here's the thing. Her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey had been fighting the whole time. Sabrina Morrissey is now locked in a legal battle with the network over that same documentary. Sabrina being the one who was trusted to be Wendy's legal guardian, Sabrina feels like the network conspired against her and pulled a fast one. So in a filing that was obtained by the Sun, the U.S. Sun, Morrissey, who was Wendy Williams' legal guardian, her attorney called Wendy Williams an acclaimed entertainer who tragically has been affected by an early onset of dementia and as a result has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. Damn. Permanently incapacitated. Cognitively impaired. Man. Basically, y'all, that means her mind ain't working right. And I mean, it's not working right to the point where she needs 24 hours supervision. In January of 2022, after becoming aware of a pattern of disturbing events concerning Wendy Williams' welfare and her finances, if y'all remember when Wells Fargo took the highly unusual step of initiating a guardianship proceeding on its own initiative in the Supreme Court of New York. New York County, the guardianship proceeding to seek the court's appointment of an independent guardian for Wendy's financial affairs. So that was strange to everybody, if you remember. Because I was like, that's her money. She worked all her life for her money. And she put her money in your bank. And now you have the nerve to look at her and say, oh, your mind's not right, so you can't get your own money. It made no sense to me. Well, it turns out the bank was seeing things that other people were not seeing. And, you know, people were lined up to take advantage of Wendy. She had a lot of people around her. In the meantime, while her mind was going, you could become somebody who literally sign away your life savings and the millions of dollars that you've worked hard for and saved over these years. You know, you're giving $1 million check out to this person, a $500,000 check out to that person, a $500,000 check out to this person. Before you know it, there's no money left. So the bank realized a lot of funny stuff was going on with her money, and she did not look how she normally looked. So they took it up on themselves to go to the courts to say, hey, something is seriously wrong with her, and we don't want to be blamed when all her money goes missing from our institution. So we're going to freeze her account to where she can't even get into it until we get a legal proceeding in place and a legal guardian over her finances. The thing is, guys, it has gotten worse for her. Wendy thought she would have been able to come up out of this. She would be okay. She would be in charge of her finances today. Instead, things have gotten worse. She has become incapacitated. She has become permanently, as they say, incapacitated. Cognitively impaired severely. The filing further asks for parts of the case about Wendy Williams' health, familial relationships, finances to be redacted to protect her privacy. We respectfully request that the court grants plaintiff motion for limited redactions to protect non-public information from the guardianship proceedings that has been placed under seal by the court overseeing these proceedings. New York lawyer Morrissey was assigned as Wendy's legal guardian after Wells Fargo froze her account in 2022. As a result of her financial advisors at the time claiming that she was of unsound mind. In March, it was reported that Wendy was allegedly paid $100,000 per episode for her involvement in the 4-part docuseries that was titled Where is Wendy Williams? Now, 100,000 an episode. They had 4 episodes. That's easy 400,000. By the time Uncle Sam takes his cut of taxes out of that 400K, what little does she have left? And I don't think Wendy would have sold her life story like that for about 250, 300,000. Now, at the same time, it was revealed that Wendy's guardian had filed a lawsuit against the parent company of Lifetime, A&E Television Networks, with allegations of a blatant exploitation, and said that it was disgusting. The guardian, Sabrina, she filed a lawsuit under a temporary seal, which keeps details in the case protected from the public, because she's not trying to have Wendy Williams all her private details out here. Last month, that was filed, but the docs were unsealed and were reviewed by the Hollywood Reporter, revealing explosive accusations in the case. This blatant exploitation of a vulnerable woman with a serious medical condition who is beloved by millions within and outside of the African American community is just disgusting, and it cannot be allowed, is what the legal team of Wendy Williams has said. Man, it's hard to see Wendy like this. Wendy looks like she doesn't even know where she's at. Sabrina told the courts that Wendy Williams did not have the capacity to consent. According to THR, the producers did not get her consent as her court-appointed guardian to produce it. So the Where is Wendy Williams series was illegally done then. Williams was misled by the producers into thinking that the documentary would have been about a positive and beneficial project for her public image and her reputation, kind of like drumming up support for her comeback. She was on the road to recovery. She was feeling good. Her Graves' disease symptoms were subsiding, and she was supposed to jump back in and do something big and new and fresh. Wendy Williams podcast. But instead, her legal guardian said they were being shady all along. Williams' publicist has also blasted the Lifetime documentary that she herself signed Wendy Williams up for. Sean Zanotti, Sean Zanotti placed the blame on the producers of the series, alleging that the TV icon believed that she was filming a program about her comeback, only for filmmakers to capture a circus to her downfall. Because they were filming constantly, they had a lot of behind the scenes footage. They were in her personal space, cameras set up, and there were a lot of times when the cameras should not have been rolling, but they were, and they captured a lot of stuff like Wendy with a bottle of vodka in bed, Wendy looking incapacitated, Wendy looking completely out of it, rambling as if she can't put a coherent sentence together. And you would think that they would have edited these things out, because this was supposed to be behind the scenes stuff, knowing that she is struggling, right? But instead, they made sure that these parts stayed in. Zanotti, who was Wendy Williams' publicist, who has been working as a publicist for Wendy since 2021, spoke with NBC News about her grievances with the making of Where is Wendy. Zanotti, by the way, is a female. A 4-part documentary now airing on Lifetime. In an interview with the outlet, Zanotti claimed, "I felt that Wendy was being exploited, and I made it known that I felt that Wendy was being exploited. She thought we were focusing on her comeback of her career. she would be mortified. There's no way that you can convince me that she would be okay with looking and seeing herself in that manner on TV. This is Wendy we're talking about. Wendy has always been careful about her image, right? And she trusted them to like cut some stuff out, make some stuff look different, whatever, but they didn't. They went for the worst shots. They went for the worst moments. They caught all her vulnerable moments and they put them out there. I guess they were thinking, ooh, this makes for good TV. But in essence, they were really exploiting her. Matter of fact, it is said that a deal was made, and the deal was that before any of this went to television or aired, that Wendy's publicist and her legal guardian would have viewed everything and given their consent before it would go forward. And when it was time for those meetings to happen, for some reason, they always got put off or they couldn't get together to do the reviews. And all they know is they woke up one day and boom, it was all on television. She also told people that she felt lied to about it. Despite having encouraged Wendy to sign up for the show, Zanotti now says, I would never let Wendy put her name and her brand on the line like that ever. She's an icon, and that's not the story we signed up for. And I feel like we were lied to. Then she said, it is so difficult for me to watch that series. Wendy would be mortified, which suggests that Where is Wendy has not been seen by Wendy herself. And those closest to her are saying that when she sees it, she is going to be horrified for what the network has done to her name, to her image. But the diagnosis is at the moment that Wendy Williams is permanently incapacitated by dementia, and she is fighting a fight where it feels like or seems like she is losing her mind and more of herself day by day. You know, I would think 60, kind of early to have dementia, but an early onset of dementia, this would be about around the time that it would start. It's just one of those cards that she was dealt in her life. We wish Wendy all the best, right? But I want everybody to know that what happened to others can also happen to you. We just never know what's in the deck of cards for us. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Did you see Wendy Williams' Where is Wendy documentary? Let's talk about it in the comment section. I'm going to leave you with this. I saw it and I cringed the whole time watching it. And I watched only one episode and I couldn't watch the rest. It clearly speaks exploitation. It screams taken advantage of. And I don't know how the network thought others wouldn't see that. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.